All right, y'all. We are live. We are out here at the park. We got behind the camera. We got this little lagoon. Let's see if I can loosen this up and have a nice smooth pan. There you go. We got the little park, and we're gonna be doing some fishing today. There's a pier down the way. I don't really ever catch much in this little lagoon, but I'm of course gonna give it a try because that's what we do here. We try stuff. The Mission Discover channel tries stuff. I do see a little turtle over there, which is pretty cool. I don't know what type of turtle that is, so that's kind of cool. Let's show you that. Right there. Little turtle. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here on this little bench and I'm going to get rigged up. Oh, there's two of them. The other one's right there. Oh, but now there's three of them. Interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here on this little bench and get rigged up. That pier, no matter what time of day you go, is always crowded and there's usually a lot of kids. So if possible, I don't want to rig up while out on the pier. I'm gonna do it while sitting here, take a couple casts in here, and we'll eventually work our way over there. Woodsman, how's it going? We're gonna rig up right here. Perfect. We have two rods, well, three rods with me. I have the micro rod in the bag. I don't anticipate on using that today. That might be a later in the week thing. Mark is back. 4 a.m. in the morning in Australia. Mark, do you ever sleep, man? Oh, that bench was lower than I thought it was. All right, so for this rod, this is medium heavy power casting rod. I got 30-pound braid, and this is 17-pound mono. I'm going to rig this for today up with a little circle hook, probably weightless. We might go weighted. No, weightless is probably better. And we're gonna toss that around for some little rays. There's a couple different types of rays. Hold on. I had to focus for that last guide. There's a couple different types of rays that swim around by the pier, and two of the three types of rays that swim around down there are species that I haven't caught before. So, yeah, if possible, I'm going to try and get one of those because that would be pretty sweet. What else? We're gonna primarily be fishing for spot, kingfish, and sea bass. That's what's primarily down there. That's gonna be on the spinning rod, but this one I'm gonna rig up so when we catch one of those spot or a keeper size croaker or a kingfish, whatever it may be, we can take a piece of it and chuck it out for the rays. They're smaller rays, so the bait casting rod, medium heavy, should be able to handle them. I don't need something too huge. Let's read some chats here. Robert says, yo, what's up? How is it going, Robert? I don't recognize you on the channel before. Thanks for stopping in. We are here in Ocean City, Maryland, doing some fishing. We've been doing surf fishing the first 2 days. We have those lives up on the channel already, but now we are at the pier. God is the best. That's a fun username. I like it. Says, hi, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. I have had one sleep since yesterday seeing you. Jeez Louise. Alright, so weightless circle hook. We just chuck a piece of cut bait out on that when we get that. So that rod is rigged up. If I need weight, I have some large split shots that I can use and just kind of put them on supplementally, if you will. Hopefully the audio is good. It's kind of windy today, but I got the windsock on. It's only going to be windier out on the pier. And I have a plan on how to make sure that the tripod doesn't blow over into the water, because that would be terrible. So here you go, one rod rigged up. I've been on YouTube most of the time. Too cold to sleep. 6 inches in Australia. Wow. I imagine you mean 6 inches of snow if you're referring to the cold. That's crazy. And then this rod, I think I also have line rigged up. I do. Look at me. I'm a professional. I already have leader on both these rods, which is nice because that takes more time to tie up than rigging up does. Oh, 6 degrees Celsius. There you go. Here, I'll turn you guys over here so you can see the water. It'll cue people in on what we're actually doing today. I might have a leader rigged up on this rod, but I think it's not long enough. So scratch what I said about not having to tie leaders. I think I'm going to tie one. 11 people in here. Got 4 thumbs up already. Thank you guys. All right. Let's tie up a leader for this rod. I'm going to go with 12-pound monofilament leader for this one. Mark says I can see your rods. Sweet. I'll bring you guys down a bit. There you go. I'll just sit right here. 12-pound monofilament right there. Tie this up. The knot I use to tie my leaders is called the GT knot. It's pretty simple. It doesn't take a lot of effort or know-how to tie. Well, it takes a little bit of know-how, but it's not like, there's a couple knots, I believe the FG is one of them, where it's like stupid hard to tie and people get frustrated at it. The GT's not like that, and it's really strong. It doesn't have the smallest profile through the guides, but it's not like terrible either. I really, really like it, and not a lot of people use it. Check it out if you haven't. I know I've talked about it before, but GT knot, I like it. $12 people in here. Thank you guys. We're gonna get out on the pier shortly. I'm rigging up. I actually, since I've been surf fishing down here and I haven't gone to the pier yet, this is my first time fishing down here that wasn't surf fishing this year. I actually didn't even get these rods out of the car until I decided I was going to come down here today. So none of them are rigged up because they were in the car still. All right, got the leader tied up. Now we rig up. All right, I know exactly what I'm rigging. It's essentially going to be a mini version. Hold on here, Batman. Oh, here we go. That's why. It's essentially going to be a mini version of the rig I was using on the surf rod for kingfish. We're gonna go with 2 small hooks tied on like a little dropper style directly to the line. I'll show you how I do that in a minute. And then when we're done with that, we're gonna either tie a swivel or a loop at the bottom, and we're gonna go with a weight, which I have little 1-ounce weights for this rig specifically, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Gonna go for this one, maybe that far.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Sorry, I see you record.
Yeah, you're all good.
Are you from around here?
No, but I fish here every year, so.
What are you catching here?
So you can catch, which the sign says right there, there's white perch in here.
Oh, okay.
There's lots of spot and croaker are out by the out the pier.
Yeah.
If you get lucky, the tide has to swing the right way, and it hasn't for me in a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll sometimes get black sea bass in there too.
Oh, okay.
I've caught a couple lizard fish. There's tiny flounder.
Mm-hmm.
Yet again, if you get lucky, there's some spotted sea trout. I caught like a 24-inch sea trout off the pier last year. And then there's always little rays that swim around. So
do you keep the white perch, or do you just throw them back?
I've never kept them, but a lot of people do. So yeah, I often keep the spot because there's so many of the spot. Yeah. I'll keep the spot and then chuck them out for like rays and skate and stuff when I'm surf fishing. So
sick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, man.
All right, you as well.
Wait, what are you using?
I just use fish bites. So.
Oh, okay. What are you using though? What like flavor?
I've used a whole bunch of stuff with success here. I've used the clam ones, the bloodworm ones.
Bloodworms work?
Yeah, bloodworms work. So.
All right, appreciate it.
A lot of stuff. Have a good one. The weather looks good there. Yes, the weather is very nice. It's a bit hot. It's very sunny, so I'm with the sun hood. I burn pretty easily, so sun hoods, absolutely fantastic investment, especially for people like me. So, yeah. So what we did essentially is we tied a normal fisherman's knot, and then what I'm gonna do is take the tag end and orient the hook the way I want it to be with the sharp part up. I'm gonna take the tag end, put it back down through the hole, just like that. And then the tension of that line coming back down through the hole will keep that hook always oriented up, which means then when I set the hook, it is good and oriented correctly to catch the fish. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna tie another one, maybe 8 inches below it, and then tie a loop for our weight at the bottom. So hopefully you guys heard what I was talking about to that guy who asked me. He seems like he's about my age. He asked me what was going on in here, what type of fish you could catch, all that sort of stuff. I listed off a whole bunch of stuff you could catch. So if you guys were wondering, that's what's in here. Mark says I like the heat. I don't dislike normal heat. I mean, it's tough for anybody in the normal heat, but over the past year, I've started to grow less and less fond of the heat, because I was mentioning this the other day. Currently, I have an 8 to 4 job. This is my second year doing it. I work for the township in which I live, and I do camp counseling in the summer and pavilion checks when they do pavilion rentals for parties and stuff. And then in the winter, I work the rec center, like for when they do rentals for like basketball tournaments and birthday parties and that sort of stuff. So I do that in the winter. And then I also have a couple side hustles where I do dog sitting and a whole bunch of yard work for people. Meaning the majority of my work is outside, and the heat gets to you bad when you spend 9-10 hours a day in 95-degree heat. You start to dislike the heat. So I'm at that point in my life. Fan Man says, did you catch anything? We are still rigging up, and we're gonna get out on the pier, which is at the end of this park here. That pier is very busy, so I didn't want to rig up on the pier. We're rigging up here and then gonna walk out there. Mark says, how old are you? You look very young. I'm 18 years old, so I don't know how old you would classify as very young, but I'd say, I mean, that's the youngest you can be while being considered an adult, so I'd say that counts. And then we, based upon the size of this loop there, I'm going to, the loop in the weight that is, I'm going to just tie a figure 8 loop knot, which is just a way to make a loop at the end of your line to attach my weight instead of tying on a swivel, because I don't think the head of the swivel is going to fit through. All right. Just like that. Do a little snipperooski. So yeah, Mark, you'll have to let me know if I classify as really young based upon my answer to your question. I don't know where I put that weight. Oh, it's right here. There it is. You still have your life ahead of you, for sure. Yeah, but my past 2 years doing that, because often what I'll do is I'll work 8 hours outside in the heat. I'll work 8 hours outside in the heat doing the summer camp counseling. Last year was really hot in PA. It was like, there were like 2 whole weeks where the high of the day was over 95. But I'd work 8 hours and then I'd come home and I'd do yard work jobs for another 2 hours, also in the heat. And yeah, it did things to me. Yash, is it raining down by you guys? I'm in Maryland today, so if you clicked on it through YouTube homepage, you can see that I'm in Maryland. But yeah, Yash is a guy who I went to high school with. I keep making this joke, but back in the day, aka 2 months ago, I graduated 2 months ago. So Yash is one of my buddies from high school. And we live in Pennsylvania, but I'm currently in Maryland. He says the rain is really making him mad, so I assume that means it's raining back by my house. All right, let's get some water in me before I head out on the pier. My girlfriend got, okay. Let's not say that. Let's take a time out for a second and think about what we're talking about. This is family-friendly stuff. Oh yes, every day at 4 it starts pouring. Trust me, I know. What I was just referring to about the yard work jobs, it has been terrible because I come home trying to do my yard work job, and I come home and I can't do it because it starts pouring on me. So it's terrible. Bob will also get a timeout, man. All these people coming in here just to cause trouble. Put user in timeout, 1 minute. How many beers am I on? He said. There's none. I'm 18 and can't drink legally, and I also have no intentions on drinking because I find it to be a waste of my calories. I try to be a healthy person, and if I'm gonna eat something or have something for enjoyment that's high in calories, like give me a cookie or some ice cream, I'm not gonna waste it on beer, something that, you know, can easily be taken too far and is an acquired taste for most people anyway. I'm not gonna waste it on that. Everyone has the right to do as they like, but it's not for me, man. Yash says I mess with a good brownie, for sure. Travis, how's it going? Salt life for you on Wednesday. Yeah, you commented and you said you were heading down to New Jersey, I believe. So, yeah, that's awesome. I love the salt whenever I can get it. You're a fellow Pennsylvanian, so I'm sure you feel the same way. The salt stuff's good when you get the chance. Thanks, Woodsman. All right. Mark says, very young, very nice to people. Oh, to let people into a part of your life. Yeah, I really enjoy this. I mean, I was talking to someone else about this. If you really think about it, I absolutely just love the community aspect of things. Like, there are different things that I do that I enjoy, but the thing that unifies it, and like the thing that's my favorite no matter what it is that I like doing, is sharing it with other people. I play instruments, and I play the trumpet, and I play the guitar, and I sing. And the best part is when you get to share that with others and hang out with others and do it, not just do it by yourself. Same thing with this. I enjoy sharing it with you guys. So, all right, we're now on the move to the pier. We're gonna see what we can do. Trying to figure out which way is shorter. I think it's this way. There's 2 ways around this lagoon. Good luck, guys. Ozarks Woodsman, another one? Jeez Louise, people are bad today. We've got a misbehaving YouTube. So I don't know if you guys can tell. Let me get in the sun. But my glasses have taken a beating. I'm putting in a warranty claim on them. I've been loving these glasses. They float, which is the, was there another one? Oh wait, no, that's the same one. Yes. Thank you, Woodsman. I just looked at what it said. People are nuts. But yeah, I've been really liking these glasses. They float and they're polarized and they're only like 40 bucks. I've been loving them. I don't have to wear one of those silly straps to keep it from falling off into the water when I'm like on the kayak or on the boat or whatever. So I've been liking them. And then I don't know what happened. I was swimming in a pool, and you know how like there's sometimes you get in a pool with sunscreen on, there's a little layer of sunscreen sitting on the top. I dropped them into the water, they hit the sunscreen, and all the coating started falling off. And I'm like, what the heck, man? I don't know if it's specific to this color or I have no idea, but the coating started falling off. I'm gonna put in a warranty claim because I've been loving these glasses, but if the coating just falls off from time to time, then I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Fanman says, I'm going to sub. I appreciate it. MLG Jonathan says, what's your favorite lure? That's tough. You got to clarify the question for me. I'm the type of person who wants to answer every question like super specifically and get super in detail. So you got to clarify the question. Are you asking what's my favorite lure to use? Like, what do I think is the most enjoyable? Or if I could only have one lure forever, what lure would I pick? Because to me, those are two different things. One's utilitarian and one is how much fun do I have while using it. MLG Jonathan, we are at Ocean City, Maryland for the week. I live in Pennsylvania, but we're here for the week. And I am trying to catch something different. All we've caught this week is kingfish. We've been fishing from the surf. So spot, croaker, black sea bass, sea trout, little ray, anything different. That's the goal today. Most enjoyable lure to use. I'm thinking. I'm not sure you were bargaining for this much thought in this question, but if I'm gonna answer it, I'm gonna do it right. I'm thinking it might be something like actually I know what it is. I figured it out. It's a jigging spoon. Because I love when I get to go out on the kayak. I love just dropping down in deep water. Got the fish finder. I'm like, okay, here you go. I found some fish. Drop down on them. And then you just kind of, and every once in a while you'll yank up and there's something on the other end. It kind of surprises you. And then you got to pull it up from the deep water. And as you're pulling it up, you have no idea what it is. So you got like a whole minute or so where you've got no clue. It just feels like weight on the end of your line. That's enjoyable. So, all right. The pier. We're here. It is not as crowded today as I thought, which is a welcome surprise. All right, before we get out into wind-blown paradise, I need to fix the windscreen. Hold on here a second, people. Bear with me for a moment. There we go. Randy Guffey, I think I said your name right, says, I subscribed. I appreciate it. Hopefully we can get you some fish today. So, here's my plan. As you can see, they have all these little post things. I think the wind is blowing that direction. So, to avoid my camera being blown into the water by the wind, which has actually happened here before. 2 multi-species videos ago. You can find it. It's right in the middle of the video. I think I'm going to position my tripod pressed up against the posts in the direction of the wind, so the wind will just push it further into the post instead of pushing it away. Should work out for me, I think. Hold on a sec. All right, pull these legs in. Caden says I subscribed. I appreciate it. Randy's at work, but is watching and listening as he can. Quite a bit of wind. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing it because I put in the windsock, but there is quite a bit. I think I'm also going to lower the camera down on the tripod to make it harder to tip over. That would help as well. We're gonna rock and roll at the people got crab line set up. I'm gonna rock and roll at the first one that doesn't have a crab line. Hold on here. Bear with me as I get the tripod set up in a way that will make it not fall over. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sweet. And I'll put the bag at the base of the tripod to also help it stay in place. That's a great system. That works fantastic. Alrighty, got to get the fish bites out, rig up, toss it out there, and see if we can get ourselves fish. Yeah, ow, just stabbed myself with a hook. Got the fish bites. These will live in my pocket for today. First cast is out. Nonstop Fishing TV says, can I get modded? Well, I just met you. Usually I have to get to know people a little bit more before I give them a mod status. You just popped in, hang out a little bit, come into a couple different lives of mine, which we'll have a couple this week, and after I get to know you a little bit, we can discuss that. But I appreciate you coming in. Linda's in here as well, Butterflies and Sunshine. Thank you guys. We will have a couple different fishing lives this week. We're spending the week here at Ocean City, Maryland. Nine people in here, 12 thumbs up. Thank you guys. Definitely is kind of awkward standing on the pier talking to you guys because there's other people around. Cast it this way, see what happens. What's happening, Nolan? Says Jimmy. Oh, there's a crab. I think you know this already. We're spending the week at Ocean City, Maryland, that is. Trying to get on something different than kingfish, which is all we've caught in the surf so far. So we're out at the pier. There's lots of spot here, lots of croaker, occasional kingfish, black sea bass. We're just trying to see if we can get something other than a kingfish today. How many rods can you use? Well, this pier, you don't even need a fishing license because it's owned by the park and it's owned by the town of Ocean City, Maryland. So I believe it's 3 here. I've only got 2. So it's different than the actual Maryland regulations. I just got bit. There you go. 2 10s in, thank you. Sea World, I don't know what that means, dude. I'm going live tonight at 7:45, says Nonstop. I've Nonstop just popped into the channel. I've never seen Nonstop here before, so if you guys want to get to know him a little bit better, go ahead and watch that. We're getting some bites. They feel small. I have a little bit bigger pieces of bait than I typically use at this pier on, so we'll see if that changes how our catch rate goes. We might have to downsize. Australia 4 rod saltwater, freshwater 2 rods. Sweet. It's in Indonesia. It's already 1 a.m. Oh boy. Mark's at 4:30 a.m. something like that. Oh, we just got bit. Good. We're getting consistent bites, but they feel really tiny. Oh. Oh, I think we got one. Maybe. Nope. We got weeds. I was gonna say it felt like dead weight. Weeds. No, Jimmy. Unfortunately, no fish on. I think I might have to chop down this bait size. I usually use a little bit smaller ones because the spot and croaker in here are typically pretty small. But I'll give it a couple more minutes before we decide to downsize. Maybe not, yep. Creed put on a vid today. His catch was pretty intense. Yeah, I saw that. I watched that this morning. I haven't got a chance to comment on it because I watched it right before we headed out the door to go to the beach. Getting bit. No fluke there. The flounder here are really tiny. There are some, but in this particular spot, the biggest one I've ever seen caught is about 11 inches. And that's the biggest one. Usually they're about 6. So, this is the bay side, so. And it's towards the part of the bay, nowhere near the actual inlet to the bay. So, stuff that ends up here is far from the ocean. Oh. I'm getting bites. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to downsize bait. Because I'm getting smoked every cast and I have not hooked up yet. Roman Live says, I sub to you SeaWorld. Sweet. Spawning ground then. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we lost one of the baits anyway. Or one of the hooks. Or the bait. Alright. Let's go for a little bit smaller piece. And see how that does. We shall see. Once we get one, which I'm confident we will, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but once we get one, we'll probably, assuming it's something I can keep, we will cut it up and toss it out on the other rod, see if a ray or a big sea trout comes by. That's the head of a spot's what I caught my big sea trout on a couple years ago from this pier. So definitely possible. 210 says looks beautiful today. It is. I was talking about it earlier. It's a little bit hot for my liking, but you can't complain. Tomorrow it's supposed to thunderstorm most of the day, which isn't ideal. So yeah, can't complain about sun, I guess. Alright, we got smaller bait on there. Put a rod behind you so I can see it, please. Well, this is the only rod I've got rigged up, and it has to stay in my hand for me to be able to feel these bites and set the hook. So this is the only rod I got right now. Once I get the other one set up, which involves me catching a fish first, then I'll put that one behind me for you, Mark. I'm gonna try and cast it the other direction. Ozarks Woodsman is on the link dropping. Backup has arrived. Herbert, how's it going? Backup for people being crazy. Yeah, we had a couple of those already today. Cast it this way. See what happens. $17 people in here and 17 thumbs up. So I've not yet got a bite on this side. Braden, how's it going? Oh. Never mind, I just got a bite on this side. Did you eat yesterday's catch yet? Yes, I did. I just haven't released the short. I'm probably going to release that towards the end of this week. Oh, I missed him. Henry Count says, hi, thank you for stopping in. Sorry if I messed up your name. Alright, we're going to try the other side just because I've been getting more bites. We lost, oh no, it's still there. I thought we lost our bait. I love fishing, but my rod broke and I can't afford to buy a new one. That is unfortunate. Hopefully you can at least save up a couple bucks. I've been testing out the $10 setup from Walmart, and it's performing pretty well. So maybe if you're looking for a new one and you're low on funds, go for the $10 Walmart rod. Braden says, I like your casting. Well, sweet, it's effective. It's getting the bait out there. So come on, fish. We got a bunch of little fish. That's the typical catch out here. Oh, we just got bit good and missed the hook set. These guys bite and let go very quickly. So if you don't get the hook set immediately, you're just gonna miss them. Oh, we are yet to catch a fish yet. It's unfortunate. Usually it takes me a little while to get tuned into the immediate hook set thing. Oh, we're stuck. That's not what you want to see. We almost got pooped on by a seagull, narrowly avoided. Come on. And it just broke. We might have just lost the entire rig. Heck yeah, we did. The whole rig is gone. Alright, we gotta completely re-rig. That's not fun. I might do something crazy and go yeah, I'm gonna go crazy. We're gonna go single hook float rig. Let's see if we can pop it out there and get one to eat it on the float. Single hook float rig. Maybe it's mummy chogs. So there are a lot of mummy chogs here. I've never had one hit anything bigger than a size 15, or no, size 16 hook. Size 15. Size 16 hook. So, I mean, it's possible. And they only have hit, unless I'm targeting them with the micro rod, they've only hit real bloodworms. They typically don't eat the fish bites. It's usually just, there's a lot of really tiny spot in here, and it's usually just that. Henry says, for real, you're good. I don't know if you're saying, I don't need to apologize for something. Oh, maybe about your name? I don't know. Or whether you're talking about my skills. My skills are adequate. If my pronunciation of a name is good, then that's nice too. What do you use? I'm currently using fish bites, which imitate live bait. I guess technically everything imitates live bait. But yeah, fish bites, we're gonna toss a float out there, which I almost never do, but might as well give it a shot. I don't think I've really ever used a float much at this here pier, but I want to use a single hook, and there's so many weeds down there that using a single hook with a split shot without a float on it is tough. We might switch over to that when we get further out the pier, so we'll see. What kind of reel do you need? Well, it depends on what you're trying to do. For what I'm doing right now, I'm using a spinning reel. For a little bit bigger stuff, baitcaster might be good, but they're a little bit harder to learn, for most people that is. So, alright, let's see if this does any better. We're gonna give this a shot. This is not a rig I typically use on this pier, but who knows? Maybe it's the strategy. Those poor kayakers in that wind. Yeah. I've kayaked in wind like this many times, and it's not the most enjoyable thing. Alright, let's toss this out there. The nice thing about this is I probably don't have to set the hook right away. I just have to wait for something to pick it up enough to where it starts carrying it off. Where are you fishing? Ocean City, Maryland. We are at Northside Park Pier. Don't mind sharing that location out because everybody comes here, so very popular location. See if we can cast a little bit further. This is a little bit light for this rig. I don't know what other float options I have. I might have nothing heavier than that. I don't have anything heavier. I use spinning, it's my favorite. Sweet, it works. I think I'm gonna go for a little bit longer leader on the float. If that doesn't work, we're gonna switch over to something different. Let that sit there for a minute. Glenn's in here. Fish on, Nolan. Glenn being an instigator. What else is new? Do we have other 1 ounce weights? I mean, we do. They're pyramid weights, which catch even more stuff on the bottom. But yeah, we're probably gonna have to switch over to that. We're almost an hour in. We haven't caught one yet. It's unfortunate. Highly unfortunate. All right, let's reel in. Re-rig to that. So I at least know where not to cast right now because we caught something on the bottom and lost our rig, so I know where not to go. I'm bringing the skeets in. Alright, let's re-rig here for a sec. See if I can speed re-rig this. It's unfortunate that we broke off. What's my favorite fish? If I could, same question as I was talking to John, I think his name was earlier. Depends on what you mean by that. If it's the most enjoyable fish to catch, that's a good question. But if I could only fish for one for the rest of my life, it'd probably be smallmouth. Just because you can target them so many places. I love fishing the river, which is where they primarily reside in my area. Naji Ali, sorry if I messed up your name, but I think I got it. Najir Ali, I think that's it. Says I love fishing. Me too, man. Get another hook on here. Another little guy. I don't like re-rigging, guys. I already have this rig very nicely set up. I especially don't like re-rigging when I have to like actually tie the rig. It's not just tying something on. I actually have to like make the rig. There's 2 hooks and a weight I gotta put on. I gotta tie like 5 knots. Not 5, 3. What the heck? I don't know where I got 5 from, people. Go. And then tie a little 1 ouncer on. Careful not to like lick the lead. That would suck. Lead poisoning because I licked a piece of lead. Alright, rigged back up. Let's rebait. Good Lord. It's not enjoyable. I do have a sabiki rig, which I could... Oh, it's a whole sabiki rig too, that's nice. I've been starting to cut sabiki rigs in half for usage purposes, because a full one is just too long to manage efficiently, and when you got to rebait, it's like you got to rebait 6 hooks. So a half sabiki rig is one of my new favorite things. I was using it on the kayak the other day for perch. It was working phenomenally. All right, we're ready to cast back out. Good Lord. Muskie or northern pike is your favorite fish to catch? That's a good one. I've not caught either yet. I've caught pickerel, but muskie are obviously hard to come by, and northern pike don't live in my area, so I guess that's kind of excusable. I feel like if I'm jigging it as I retrieve it and one bites it, it's easier because I can just like follow through on one of my jigs. Oh, I'm stuck again. Are we serious? That's phenomenal. I just re-rigged and I'm stuck. Dang it. What's down there? See if I can pop it. Nope, we are still stuck. Goodness, people. This is gonna pop too, watch. Oh, I got it out. I got it back. I don't know what's down there, but I'm not casting that direction anymore. I'm gonna kind of cast it not quite as far. Alright, we're gonna put it more over here and not quite as far. New strategy. Mama mission. We've lost one rig, got a couple bites, and have no fish yet. It's been great. Oh, getting bad. Glenn's encouraging people to like the stream. I appreciate it, Glenn. Yeah, it's been rough so far. Not again, you knew it was there. That one was over, the first one was over there, the second one was over here. They were like 30 degrees apart from one another. I don't know what it is. I mean, it might just be like there's like an oyster bed or something down there. That cast right there. Skeeter. We're working on catching a fish. It's been rough. We lost my rig, which I spent like 20 minutes. Well, I spent 20 minutes rigging up and talking to you guys just sitting on that bench over there. And then I lost it fairly quickly. I'm gonna cast the other direction because I think there's less snagability over there. Alright, let's cast it this way. I have lost you, might... Oh, I've lost you. Might be my end. Let me know how my service is, everyone. How my signal is, rather. Oh, there you go. First fish. Boom. We're hooked up. We're hooked up on something. it's a spot. Oh my gosh. He just fell off. But that's bait for the other rod. Mark will be happy. He wanted to see the other rod in action. What's the biggest fish I've ever caught? It was in Ocean City, Maryland from the surf last year. We didn't get an exact weight, but I used 4 charts and averaged them, as well as a little bit of guesstimation. It was right around 110 pounds stingray. It's in one of my multi-species madness videos. If you can find that playlist on the channel, it's the most recent Ocean City, Maryland multi-species madness video, and it was an absolute blast. That whole trip was really fun. Hopefully this one is just as fun. Yeah, that one was fun, and we happened to catch one with this fish. So it's a long video though.
Do you like YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's called Mission Discover. So
Mission Discover.
if you want any of this bait, you're welcome to have it, because I probably won't use it all.
Yeah. Do you post a lot more like saltwater or freshwater?
I live in Pennsylvania, so
Oh, same actually.
primarily. I live down by King of Prussia.
Oh, okay. I'm right near Montgomery County.
Yeah, I'm in
So like Lower
Montgomery County.
Gotcha.
I live right on the
Mission
edge.
Impossible?
Mission Discover. Look at this guy.
So, you do a lot of trout fishing at all?
I do pretty good amount of trout fishing, yeah.
Fly or
Both. So,
what's your name?
Nolan, nice to meet you all.
Okay.
Shake your hand
Cute,
with my
nice to meet you.
clean hand.
There you
So,
go.
yeah,
Thank you.
feel free if
And
you want
if,
any of this.
If you catch more spotted croaker or anything,
Yeah.
I'll take it all. If you're
Okay.
not gonna keep it, because
I'll make a pile here,
Okay.
and whatever I don't use, you can have.
All right, thank you. Because I'm going for a good bit of sharks.
Yeah, so I'm going for sharks and rays too, but I have a whole pile. I caught 7 kingfish, and I just
Yeah.
kept all the carcasses.
Gotcha.
So I've got plenty.
All right.
So
Do you eat the kingfish?
yeah, I
Is
ate
it
all.
good?
I ate all of them. Yeah, they're great.
Are they bony or?
They're as
they're
bony as trout are.
Okay, yeah, because
Um,
the bones are tiny.
You fillet them the same way you do trout.
Okay.
So pin bones are in the same spot. All that.
All right, perfect. Thank you, man. I
Yep.
appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Have a good one. Good luck.
All right.
There's flounder out here?
There are, but they're real tiny. The biggest one I've seen caught off this pier is like 12 inches.
Oh, all right, perfect. Thank you.
210. Whoever you were chatting with must be real close to us. Yeah, he was right behind the camera. Mission Impossible, for sure. The Mississippi stream yesterday. Mississippi. Alright, I'll flash it so YouTube doesn't get mad because they don't like blood, but ready? I gotta wash up my dirty hands because they look like that. Alrighty. So, no at home, huh? Aliens everywhere? Must live near us. Yeah, he said Montgomery County, so that is the county in which I reside. It's just red dye 40, YouTube. That's right, Jimmy. Which, isn't that also illegal? So, whatever. Anyway, so, spot, head. We're gonna chuck it out. I caught a gigantic spotted sea trout using a spot head on this rod before. And 24-inch sea trout, that was awesome. And then there's also rays that swim around here. So I'm just gonna check this out and see what happens. Well, I forgot to adjust my brakes. I'm casting directly into the wind. So let's bring the tension knob up. There we go. And then I will just seagull just trying to eat it. I'm letting it sink. I had to like jerk it to get him to not eat it. He came down and tried to snatch it. This will sit, you won't probably be able to see it on the camera. Let's put it like right here. Tension knob is tight, but I opened the bail, so if something takes it, it can just take line and I'll pick it up, close the reel, and get on it. It's got a circle hook on it, so I should just need to close the reel and we should be hooked up if something takes it. So one fish on the board for today, and it's a new species for the trip. So I was gonna say that, make sure my rod doesn't go in. Is that what you were gonna say? Oh, okay, so. Alright, let's see if we can get another one. Who left the window open? Skeeter flew in from Mars. Oh, you guys are nuts. 17 people in here, 27 thumbs up. Thank you guys. If someone would be so kind to give me a follower update as of current to let me know how close we are to the 1,000 now. Mermaids. What are you fishing for? Mermaids. No, we are currently fishing for whatever bites, kind of. We got this little rod for spot, croaker, black sea bass, so on and so forth. And we just tossed out the bigger rod for rays and spotted sea trout and stuff like that. So. Let those people pass. Did you catch a mermaid? I've caught about 12 in my day. Put up a great fight, honestly. I haven't caught one yet today, no. So I think that's weeds. Yeah, it's not pulling back. That's definitely weeds. Or a crab. Could be a crab too. Weeds. $29 deep. So Jimmy said we got 847, which means we have 6 new members of the community this live. That's always awesome to see. We are on the hunt for 1,000. So Pete Louis, I don't know if I said that right. I gave it my best shot. How's it going? I hit the piling on my cast. A ton more weeds. What you going for? Mermaids? Yes. No. We are going for spot, croaker, black sea bass, spotted sea trout, little rays, really anything that bites. Our mission today was primarily get something other than a kingfish, because that's all I've caught in the surf so far on this Ocean City, Maryland trip. And we have succeeded in catching something other than a kingfish. We got a little spot. Nothing interesting, but I'll take it. And yeah, now we're just kind of fishing for whatever. 28 thumbs up. I think he does. I just got bit by Skeeter. By a Skeeter, as in a mosquito, or like the Skeeter? Jake says, get something. Well, I did about 4 minutes ago. Just missed it. We now have that tossed out as bait on that rod sitting down there, so. I caught a mermaid once, said I would get 3 witches if I let her go. Still waiting for my new truck, boat, and $1 million. I mean, I have proof that I caught something. Here's its body. Its carcass. I hate to break it to you, but you got scammed. I got scammed? In what? Oh, the mermaid. You were talking to, I think Herbert said that. Yeah, Herbert. Yeah, Herbert got scammed. Herbert deserves it. He scammed me once, you know. Not scammed me, he tricked me. Pulled a fraudulent maneuver, if you will. Told me I had a catfish. Told me I got a catfish when I ran away on my live. Never gonna let you live that down, Herbert. That was all Kev. See, I went back and I watched the live chat replay. You were the first person to suggest it. You just happened to convince Bob to play along. I have an alibi. I wasn't there. Yeah, it's definitely getting windy. Kev is guilty. Kev's always guilty of something. Oh, I got it. Well, I was adjusting my drag. That's weeds. I'm certain. I got bit, and now I have weeds. Fish bites. More bait. I'm innocent, I tell you. Herbert, you should be ashamed. Oh wait, I already have bait in my pocket, don't I? Oh, yeah, it's right here. Right there. Nice. I'm gonna have to go get more, like tomorrow morning or something. 9 people in here, 28 thumbs up. Mark says I have to go now and get some sleep. See you next time. Thanks for coming in again, Mark. I've enjoyed having you. Very windy now. Let me know how my windsock is working at preventing that from messing up the audio. These weeds. I'm getting annoyed. So tomorrow, I will not be going live. I think it's the one day this week I won't be going live at least one time. Oh, I'll be messed up. I had a bite. Hold on. Can you feel bites with braid? Yes, very well, in fact.
Do you usually have success off this pier?
Usually I catch like 8, 9, 10.
Do you really?
Most of the time, I've caught up to like 20 in a day.
Wow, that's incredible.
Are we another skeeter? Yes, braid is my favorite for feeling bites. We lost him that time. So, but I know where to put it. That was where I got the other spot too. I'm just gonna hit that spot hard. Yeah, let me know how the audio is. It's very windy, but hopefully my windsock is performing well. Is the audio okay? Audio's good, says Woodsman. Thank you. I'm glad I came up with this solution. The other ideas I came up with were very unideal in many ways. Yeah, well, as Herbert said, you can hear the wind, but you can also hear me pretty well. That's all I want. If it gets really bad, you can't hear a word I'm saying. Like, if I didn't have the windsock, here, I'll take it off just for demonstration. Well, of course the wind dies down when I say that. See, now it's not blowing very much. But when it comes back on, you guys will hear what it sounds like without wind, or without the windsock. So, that's just a little bit. Wait till it kicks up again. Yeah, like what's that sound like? I imagine that's a lot worse. Let me put the windsock back on. we're back to that. So I think that's better. Put a sock on it. Yeah, that was one of the other solutions, except then I can't interact with chat because it would cover the bottom. And then also, if well, actually, that's not that big of a deal because I could just put it way down on the bottom. But the biggest thing for me was then I can't have it on when the phone is charging. So if I have to plug it in, the sock would have to be removed. This, because I have one of those little port covers that kind of springs back into place, I can wedge it in the port cover and still cover the mic while it's being charged. So, what's up, Henry? What's going on?
Have a good one, man.
Have a good one as well.
Are you also live?
Yeah. You wanna take it?
No, I'm all good.
Sure?
I still feel at the house.
All right, cool.
What do you go live on?
So this is YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah, they
Okay.
automatically stick it vertical. I don't like it as much as the horizontal, but they automatically do that now.
Alright, sick. Do you have like an Instagram too?
I don't. I'm not sure if I will, but I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of these people in here have told me to do it, but I haven't done it yet. So.
Alright, man. Well, good luck.
All right. Have a good one.
Yes, they have to use an excavator to build.
Oh, do you have a channel?
I do.
What is it?
It's called Mission Discover.
Okay.
So.
I'll look for it.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. Got a lot of foot traffic here for a second, so we're just going to stand here and wait. Hope you got the camera and holder tied down so the wind doesn't take it for a swim. Yes, we have it wedged in between the piling, which is the direction that the wind is blowing it into. We have it lower down, so it's no part of it sticking up above the piling. We've got the tripod lowered, and it's wedged between my bag. We're A-okay. All right, let's cast this back out. Okay, we got something on this rod. It could be a crab, for all I know. There's nothing there. It pulled out line and let go. Jeez. Yeah, pulled out some line and let go. I should have waited longer. Whatever. I think it was a crab, probably. So. Oh, okay, good. All right, I don't know what I said, but if it's good, then that's good with me, so. Not exactly sure what it is, but I keep pulling up this weird slime when I reel in, whether it be on that rod or this rod. I don't know what it is, but I'll show you the next time I pull it up. Wind is going nuts now. Jellyfish slime, probably. Oh, I missed it. I didn't even think of that, Herbert. You're right. The fish don't like it. I'm sure they don't. there are, now that you say that, I should have known that. What's wrong with me? Now that I look around, there are more jellyfish than typical. There's usually a few, but not this many. We're stuck again. Dang it. Lost the leader. Every cast is either weeds, jellyfish, slime, or a rock. So I'm gonna put on a different leader, and I'm gonna cast around like a spoon or something, a little spoon or something for a while, just because we have a fish on the board. We have bait in hand. So that's good. But I'm interested in seeing if there's anything predatory around. So I'll cast around the spoon, let that big rod sit. We have about an hour till we gotta get going. We are going to Harpoon Hannah's tonight for dinner, and that place gets slammed later on in the evening. So we typically go early, and then I'm gonna do surf fishing this evening, but I'm not gonna be going live because I'm filming a separate video using the surf fishing and the fishing from tomorrow. So I won't be going live tonight. Most people don't know or try the snap technique. Yes, snap technique is good, except as I was talking about earlier, I have to, for this rig, I have to tie the hooks directly to the line, and then at the bottom, I actually mentioned this when I was rigging up, Herbert, you weren't here. I would like to tie a snap, so that way my weight can just break off, and if I needed to change them, I can change them real easily. But I needed to tie a loop because the hook, the eye on the weight would have been too big for my snaps to fit through. So I would have done that, but I couldn't do it with the weights I had. So I would have prevented probably both of those lost rigs, but I can only work with what I got, so. All right, new leader on. I'll cast around a spoon for a little bit. Snapping the line when you're snagged. Oh, well, yeah. I tried, and it didn't work. Did you catch? I was gone for a little while. Did you catch any fish? Yes, we have one on the board so far. So, nothing big. We actually cut it up and used it for bait on that rod sitting. It's probably down in the chat section, but like right there. That one. That rod. So it's on that, the bait that I caught is now on that rod. So I'm gonna toss on a little spoon. We'll just give that a shot for a couple minutes. We might switch back to the fish bites. Ron Block Bassin, how's it going? 11 people in here, 31 thumbs up. We got one fish on the board. We got that cut up as cut bait and out on the rod behind me. We are sitting and waiting to see if something happens on that rod. which as I say that, something's pulling on it. Don't know if that's a fish or a crab or what. We're just gonna wait. Something is in fact pulling on it though. It looks like a crab, because as soon as there was any tension, I have some slack in the line, and then as soon as it got to the spool where it started having to pull line off the spool, it stopped moving. So if I had to wager, I'd say that's a crab. Yep. Oh, but it's pulling line now. It's pulling line. Hold on. Loosen it up, let it pull more. Maybe I'm wrong. It's pulling line. I'll let it eat whatever it is. If it's a crab, when I set the hook, it'll just come off, and we'll have disappointment. But you know, could be a horseshoe crab too. That would suck. Henry says, I got a joke for you. Well, as long as it's appropriate for a family-friendly chat, run it by me. I'm going to take a couple casts with this as I wait for this rod, see what happens. It's still pulling line. It's pulling line at a rate faster than what I think a crab could do. So I'm just going to sit and wait and we'll see. Actually, I don't know. That's pretty slow. A crab could definitely do that. Alright, let's pick it up and give it a shot. Why? Okay, I'll read your joke first. Why did the skeleton not skydive? I don't know. I don't know. Hit me with it as I see if this is a fish. Likely a crab. Let's check the bait. Yeah, likely a crab. As soon as I put tension on it, it was gone. Because it didn't have the guts. There you go. Alright, we're back to waiting. Seven people here, 32 thumbs up. We got about a little less than an hour left in this live. We have had 2 crabs attack our cut bait. We got 1 spot on this rod, and now we're casting around a spoon, seeing if there's any predatory things. Yeah, that could have definitely been a crab. Horseshoe crab, maybe. If something starts like really ripping line, then it has to be a fish, but neither of those were doing that. It was kind of slowly pulling it out. Alright, here's some of this jellyfish slime. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, there you go. It's all slimy up in here. I'm gonna cast this around for another 5 minutes. The spoon. And we'll go back to a fish bite rig of some kind. I've got sabiki rigs. We'll probably toss on half a sabiki. Alright, now we got something pulling line here. But it's eking out line, so it's probably another crab.
You're on the right side.
Let me know if chat's still active. Haven't got a chat in a minute. I'll reconnect. Should only be gone for a sec. Alright, I'm back. Oh yeah, there were a couple more chats. There you go. Can you grab the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit? Let me think about this. You gonna do it like that? Yeah? I don't know. I've seen these. They're kind of cool. Lamar Jackson's a good player. I'm an Eagles fan, so my favorite dual threat quarterback is Jalen, obviously, but Lamar's a good player. All right, it's pulling out line pretty good now. This one might actually be a fish. We'll see. Yep, it's gone. Definitely another crab. I feel like it took the bait. Yep. Dang. SS Sharky, good player that chokes in the playoffs every year. Yes. Jalen's made it to 2 more Super Bowls than Lamar has, and he's won 1 more Super Bowl than Lamar has. Just putting that out there. Alright, rebait on the cut bait rod, toss it back out. I'm gonna be on Wednesday, so 2 days from now, I'm gonna be hopefully fishing for some flounder in Indian River, as well as some like sea robin and oyster toadfish. I've never caught any of those species, so that's gonna be a good time. My great uncle's a big fisherman. He's up there at Indian River. Gonna do that in the morning, and then we should have an evening surf fishing live that day. I'll be back here tomorrow, but as I said, won't be live. And I'll be surf fishing both tonight and tomorrow, but won't be live for those. That's all gonna be part of a video I'm filming. Should be a good one. I'm going to try and spend 24 hours eating nothing but what comes from the ocean. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. I'm going to try and catch crabs, some fish, that sort of stuff. And when I go to eat them, I'm not seasoning them. I'm going to attempt to boil down some salt water and boil them in salt water to give them some salted flavor without actually using seasoning. So no oils, no seasoning. I will be using cooking supplies, but you know, it's just a fun thought experiment. Can I eat with just stuff from the ocean? So, and I'm setting it up. We're going to Harpoon Hannah's tonight. I'm going to start the 24 hours right after we're done Harpoon Hannah's, and then I'm going to end it and then go eat dinner tomorrow night. So it will be bookended by dinner. So even if I do really terribly and the fishing's bad, I realistically am only missing like 2 meals. So we should be fine. And even if I ate nothing for 24 hours, I wouldn't die. So I'm back. Any biggins? No. we caught that one spot, which I believe you're here to see. We chucked it out on the big rod. We've had 2 crabs messing with it, but no fish seemingly. So yeah, I was tossing around this little spoon to see if there's anything predatory. Takes 2 weeks to die. I'm not talking about die, I'm talking about just be happy. I want to enjoy my beach vacation, but I think I could still be, a happy person after 24 hours with no food. 48 hours, that might be a different story, but 28 hours, I'll still be happy. Especially bookending it with starting it right after Harpoon Hannah's. Usually stuff yourself there, so I should be fine for a good. I probably won't even want to eat anything for 6 hours, so we're good. Yeah, my plan, if everything goes to plan, is to catch kingfish tonight, be able to cook them for a brunch tomorrow. Surf fishing tomorrow will end up being my dinner or my lunch, and then any snacks and stuff I want, I'm gonna try and come out here and get some crabs so I can snack on some crab meat as well. I'm mostly gonna do kingfish and crabs is my goal. If I get something else, I will definitely use it, but the main objectives are kingfish and crabs for the 24-hour challenge. So putting this back, and then I'm going to rig up a partial sabiki rig, which I actually have a partial cut one right here. I can go for food. I can go with no food for a week probably. Yeah, you can go without food for a while for survival. I'm just talking about I'm not really doing a survival challenge on my vacation. It's a nice break from work and such, and I want to enjoy it. So 24 hours without food wouldn't be the most enjoyable way to spend my vacation, but hopefully I can catch some food and make it, not too bad. So I'm going to be living off water, crabs, and kingfish, seemingly. At least that's the idea. Got a little loop tie. Becky Schaefer, that's mom, says, "What's up, bud?" We caught one croaker, or no, one spot. Tossed him out as cut bait. He's sitting on that rod, had some crabs messing with it, but nothing on the big rod yet. So we're waiting to see what happens there. I assume you guys are going to be at the parking lot in what, maybe 4:15. Let me know if that's a good time. I will be standing at the parking lot at the time you tell me to be there. So keep in mind, which mom knows this. That's my mom, Becky Schaefer, that is, in chat. But she knows this. I can get ready in a solid 7 minutes, so I don't need much time. Giving Randy a howdy. I'm sure he appreciates that. That's always how he greets people. So Mom, I think you know this. Randy, I was talking to her the other day about scheduling for that meetup possibly. Randy, Ozarks Great Adventures, that's the guy I was talking about, so. Alright, tied up. Let's see if we got a weight to put on there. That's a 2-ouncer. That's heavy. That's pretty heavy. Guess what? We're gonna have to MacGyver it, because I lost all my 1-ouncers. Here with Dad, sister, aunt, and grandma on the beach, headed back to the house soon to shower. Going to invite Tony from Random Adventures, don't know if we'll make it. That's awesome. So I've got something pulling on my rod here again, but I kind of feel like it's probably another crab. I'm gonna let it do its thing, and I'll pick it up in a minute and see if it's a crab or not. If it's another crab, I might be a little upset. At the very least, I'm pretty sure whatever that is isn't a ray, because rays move quick. If it was running, it'd be pulling that line at a fairly swift rate. At least I imagine that would be the case. Alright, so I'll show you guys how I MacGyvered this here in a second. Yeah, you can eat crabs too. That's true. I'm not starting the challenge yet, Mom. That's after we're back from Harpoon. But yes, I was talking about that. I plan on trying to catch kingfish tonight once we're back from Harpoon to eat tomorrow, and then maybe doing some crabs and more kingfish later on. So I probably won't eat breakfast. Just don't want you to be starving. Yeah, we were talking about that. Probably gonna do no breakfast. No breakfast. Yes, I just repeated myself. I'm losing my mind. Sorry. No breakfast. Go out and catch hopefully more kingfish. Assuming we catch some tonight, it would be more kingfish. And then when I'm done with that, I'd come back, cook the kingfish, and then go for a crabbing mission, and then use the crab meat that I collect as supplementary snackage until we get back around to hit that 24 hours. So it'll be like a brunch time thing with a whole bunch of kingfish and then a little bit of crabs to hold me over until my 24 hours is over. That's the plan. All right, we still got something pulling line here. See if I'm gonna pick it up and see if it's a fish. Are crabs in season? Yes, they are. We got something. It is a crab, and it let go. It was a crab. Toss it back out. It was blue crab, big blue crab actually. That would have been a real nice one to get tomorrow. I'll save that one for tomorrow when I want him for food. You're so organized. Make it turn you into an AI app. Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm not always the most organized. Well, especially when my mom and I have had discussions about this. In the month of May and June, with how many jobs I've had and how much we've been traveling, I haven't really I haven't even really lived at my house. So, I've been at different places dog sitting. I've been in Colorado for a trip. I've been just here, there, and everywhere. So then like my fishing bench and my desk just get stuff piled on top of them because like, oh yeah, I'm unpacking from this trip, but I'm not unpacking to like live here again. I'm unpacking to go here somewhere else. So like for the month of May and June, I was not a very organized person because like I didn't like reside in the same place for very long. I was moving all about. That crab was pulling line pretty good. I imagine it picked it up and was doing like the little crab swimmy thing instead of actually walking with it. Crabs can swim, if you didn't know. Alright, so we got this re-rigged. I'll show you how I MacGyvered this. We got half an hour till we gotta be back at the parking lot. So we'll give it a little bit more time. Here's how I MacGyvered this. I ran out of 1 ounce casting weights, so instead I tied a little knot at the end and then slid a split shot down as a stopper and then put a bullet weight on there. So my MacGyvered casting rig. Check his phone. He probably has more on his calendar for a week than I do for a year. Who's that, Tony? Yeah, Tony's a busy guy. Alright, I'm gonna take a couple swigs of water and get back at it. I'm getting thirsty, so we got something pulling at it again. I'm betting it's another crab. You're cool. I subscribed and gave it a like to the stream. I appreciate it, Henry. Wind is back at it again. Okay, let's see what we can make happen in the last couple minutes with a sabiki rig and a MacGyvered makeshift casting weight. Fish. Another spot, nothing fancy. I don't need more bait. Got plenty at home, so I'm just gonna toss him back. I wanted to hold him up for you. Stay still. Stay still. Spot. I'm going to try and wipe anything dirty on my shirt instead of my pants because I don't want to change my pants before going out for dinner. These are clean pants. 2 on the board. Indeed, 46% on the floor. Alright, put it in the same spot. This MacGyvered rig actually moves through those weeds a lot better, and I can feel the fish better. This might actually be a better solution than the actual casting weight. What a discovery. Because it's like streamlined, aerodynamic type shape. Makes it move through stuff a lot better. Let me know how this wind sounds. Sounds windy, but you're still good. Sweet. As long as it's like, sometimes the wind will make the sound of the mic pop. As long as it's not popping. If it just sounds like whooshing, I'm okay with that. Someone could do me a favor and put in, at least for the second one, so I only have to hunt for one fish. If you could put in the comments the timestamp for when the second spot was, so I can set up a timestamp for the live stream, that would be much appreciated. Oh, I missed it. There's a pod of them out there. I'm going to reel it all the way in and cast it all the way back out, because I think there's a high density of fish in that one spot. What are you fishing for? We are kind of going for everything. On this rig, small stuff, spot, croaker, black sea bass, and then on that rig, rays and spotted sea trout primarily. Oh my gosh, missed him. Well, what did I say? Like at the furthest point of the cast, there's a high density of stuff out there. Raptor Will's in. Just got home from work, popping in to say hi. Well, thanks for stopping in, Will. I got 2 spot on the board. Where are you fishing at? We are in Ocean City, Maryland. We're fishing on the bay side today. I'm gonna real quick reel in this rod and recast it. This one that's sitting there. That's what I thought. Minimal bait left. Rebaiting it behind the camera. Alrighty, put that right there. Sweet. Rock and roll with this. I've been trying to find a fishing stream, so this is nice. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, we got 2 on the board today. We're looking for number 3. We only got a couple minutes before we got to head out and go to dinner. Henry says, love your channel so far. I appreciate it. if you would be so kind, make sure you go check out all the other stuff I do. I don't just do fishing. The name Mission Discover isn't pointless. I do a lot of experimentation. I love trying lots of different things in the outdoors and showing you guys what I learn along the way, learning from other people, learning with you guys, which is super, super awesome. So I do slingshot, archery, camping, hiking. I got a kayak that I use. I do talk about EDC stuff and bushcrafting stuff. I do what else? Shepherd slinging, gold panning, all sorts of stuff. So go check out all the other stuff I got as well. All right, let's give a Alright, this is where I get bit the last two casts. I have a slingshot and compound bow. There you go. At the end of this month, or the beginning of next month, I guess, I'm gonna be buying a new compound bow, and I'll eventually make a video talking about the whole setup I am getting. My new sight for my new compound should be shipping. Actually, I think it already shipped, and our house sitter probably picked it up. I have my stabilizer bar, my front bar, and my back bar mount. My back bar has not shipped yet. And then I'm going to get the bow as well, and I already had some Easton 6.5s that I used for my current compound. Lake mud pottery, yeah, there you go. Some random stuff, but it's always super fun, and I try and make it a learning experience no matter what I do. So, be cool to see how you use it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I have a compound that was given to me. It's an old compound from 1996. It's a Target style, and it's blue and low draw weight. Well, it wasn't always low draw weight, but long story short, I had to adjust the draw length down. They weren't as adjustable back then, so by doing that, we also dropped the draw weight, and we couldn't get it back up. We maxed out the limb bolts, and it still went only up back to 50 pounds. And what I'm gonna set my bow at when I get it is either 65 or 70. I'm not quite sure, but at least 65. So 50 is pretty light for me. It's also pretty light for hunting when I decide to do that with it. So we're getting a new compound bow. It's quite a bit different, but I've been using that one that my girlfriend's dad gave me for a while, improving my skills. I do traditional archery as well, recurve stuff. So yeah. What times do you normally stream? So it is all over the place, but I try my very hardest to make sure I put up a post about it before I do it. Sometimes I just do it randomly, but most of the time I'll put out a community post about when I'm going to stream before I do it. Usually it's the night beforehand, but we're going to be streaming so much this week, it's usually a couple hours beforehand. So. Getting bit. We got something? Whoa, what is that? Dude, what did I just catch? No way, bro. Look at that spot in the mouth. Jeez Louise, spot number 3. I'll create a highlight so I know where it is. It's a baby spot. That's crazy. All right, it's 3:58. I'm gonna assume it's gonna take 10 minutes for me to walk back there. So we got 5 minutes left before we gotta start moving. I'll keep the stream on as we walk back to the parking lot, but yeah, not too long. That's the smallest spot ever. Yeah, it is a small one, for sure. Yeah, nice to catch still. That would have been a good live bait size, but I'm not doing live bait today. We got something pulling on this rod. I imagine it's another crab, though. We've had 3 crabs Oh, we've had 3 crabs messing with that rod already today. I'm just gonna let it sit. Whatever. Actually, I'll pick it up and yank on it and see if it's a crab or not. And then if it isn't, we'll reel it in. If it is, it'll at least scare that one away and we can have it reset and possibly get another fish. Alright, reset it. It was a crab. We'll let it sit. Mission Discover, how you doing? Your buns at fishing. Pizza time, that's not very nice. I caught 3 today. I've been doing some surf fishing. I've been fishing for a long time. We haven't skunked yet this week. We've gone out and we've caught at least 3 every time we've been out. So, hey, I'd say I'm not terrible. Did I hear you talking about Random Adventures 2.0? You probably did. I believe Randy from Ozark Trade Adventures is inviting him to our possible meetup in February. So, that'd be pretty cool. Steve says, I just got home. Good luck. Thanks for coming in, Steve. Oh, I missed him. This will be my last cast with this rod. I'll start packing everything up. So last cast, we'll reel it in, cast it one more time. That's the last one, and then we will pack it in. Not the greatest day at the pier. Usually I catch a couple more, but not terrible either. I have had days where I came out here and caught nothing. It's been a while, but I have had them, so I got bit. Come on. How's it going? Alright.
Right there, girl.
That's it for the little rod. Oh wow. Oh wow. Jeez. We'll let that sit for a minute. We got the spot tail. Toss it that way. Oh, here comes a seagull. Hold on. That seagull is going away with my bait right there. There he goes. I should have filmed it when I tossed it. Here, hold on. I will go like this, and I will reel this in, and I'll take off the bait, and I will toss it, and hopefully get a seagull on camera. Picking it up. Move that for you. Go right ahead.
Want to ruin your video?
You're all good. We will. How about this? We'll flip this around. Thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it. We'll flip this around. We'll wait for a seagull to get in the vicinity, and we'll toss it. Alright guys, I don't see any seagulls in the immediate area, so as we're walking back, I'll keep hold of this chunk of spot, and then we can chuck it to one if we find one. But we're walking back now. Walking back to the parking lot. Yeah, you can see how windy it is out there. There's a seagull. I don't know if that one would see it. Okay, this one would see it. Alright, let's see if it gets it. Oh. I'm standing in front of the camera. I just didn't anticipate that happening. The wind is strong. Alright, the seagull didn't see it, so that's a letdown. But that's alright. Look at all these crab lines. Just absolutely lining the pier. There's one right there. One right there. It starts to get real shallow up in this section, so there's probably not as many. But there's still one right there. Crab line. Alright, we had a connection lapse. Hopefully everyone's stuck around. We're back.
Catch anything?
Got 3.
Oh, nice.
Uh-oh. Dying horseshoe crab right there. Alright, hold on. I'm going to reconnect for a sec. Alright, we're back. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing any chats. Switching the hands of the rods. Alright, Herbert says we're good. Time check, 4:07. Got 8 minutes to get back to the parking lot. You probably could have fished for another 2 minutes. Could have caught the fish of our lives, who knows. So they do soccer games right there. This is concession stand, mechanical room. And then they also have baseball fields up here. It's a very nice little park. Uh-oh. I hooked my pants. Give me a sec. Is Henry heading out? Or is Herbert heading out? Who's heading out? Here's the little lagoon. And on this side you can see the little marshy section of the bay. Nice. Over on the other side of that bridge is the parking lot, so we're working our way. Lots of dead horseshoe crabs in this section. You're on troll duty. There you go, Herb. I just want to say bye beforehand. There you go. I'll give you a forewarning before I end the live. Hopefully my connection's good. It is hard to keep the tripod still in the wind because it's constantly blowing the legs. Here's what the lagoon looks like. It's always very murky. The bay changes water clarity. You can see some of these jellyfish here. There's jellyfish. Get you closer. Boom, jellyfish. Anyway, the bay changes water clarity depending on what the tide's like. This is always murky. These jellyfish don't sting. I forget what type they are. I've looked before, but they don't sting. They kind of just exist. Capture plankton or something with their little feet, little tentacles rather. I just said jellyfish have feet. Can't believe that. Cicada stuck in the tree. Ladders for emergency use only. There's a little ladder there. Not for swimming or diving. There you go. I wouldn't swim in this. It's mushy on the bottom. It's not very clear. Probably really hot. Here you go. Northside Park Lagoon. White perch. They're all over the place in here. I almost never catch them though. Catch a lot of the spot and stuff before I ever catch a perch. All right. We got a vehicle here to pick me up, and that looks like my grandfather. So I'll end the live right here for you guys. We made it with time to spare. All right, guys. Oh. Well, it was a fun one. I highly appreciate everyone who came in today. It was definitely a good live viewership wise. Met a lot of new people here on this live. Got to interact with some good people on the pier, and we caught 3 fish that weren't kingfish. So hopefully that was entertaining to y'all. Yeah, not going to be doing a live tomorrow, but the next day we will be. Wednesday should be a good day. We'll do a live, and we should also be out there trying to catch some flounder. Hopefully that goes well. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. No live tomorrow. Should have one on Wednesday night. So I'll see y'all. Thanks for watching, guys. Gotta go get to dinner for Harpoon Hannah's. I'm excited.